All right, here we go. Quiet! Roll 'em!
Gemini was directed by Ang Lee and stars Will Smith, Mary Elizabeth Winstead, Benedict Wong, and Cleo Owen. In this movie, Will Smith plays a DEA agent who's like the best of the best in his business. You know, kind of a little bit like John Wick. So he's like one of the best. You know, he can shoot his target from a very far distance with a sniper, like really crazy far distance, like in a perfect one clear shot. You know, so he's like one of the best of the best. But he wants to retire. But then in his last job, stuff goes wrong, and now he's being hunted by his own, you know, corporation, by his government, basically. And they send his younger self, which they cloned, you know, to kill him. And that's not a spoiler or anything. They show it in the trailer. So like they send his clone self to kill him, and they have this hunt going on, you know, him between him. The CGI looks very good on Will Smith, you know, like when his younger self shows up. But to be honest, Will Smith didn't age much since the time on Fresh Prince. So it's like, you know, the amount of CGI they put him in was like limited because, you know, Will Smith doesn't age. I mean, he still looks the same. The only difference is his hairline is a little bit more back, but like, and that's like basically it. But overall, Will Smith still looks the same, like, you know, when he was back on Fresh Prince. So, but the CGI looked good. I really like the performances are great in the movie. Like all the acting is good in the movie. Like I really like the whole dynamic they made between, you know, Will Smith and his younger self, them chasing each other, hunting each other. The action is really good in this movie. I really like the way they shot the action in this movie. You know, nice wide shots, you know, no goddamn shaky cam and all that, no close-ups with stuff you cannot see. Those nice wide shots, you know, where you can see the action, you can follow the action, but still be suspenseful. Because like sometimes in the action movie, you know, to do all these wide shots, you know, because you feel more comfortable, but then there's no suspension. And there's some good suspension in this movie also, like during the action scenes and everything. And the other characters in the movie were also good. Like I just feel like everybody except for Will Smith and Will Smith didn't get as much as character development as the rest. Like, for example, Benedict Wong, you know, he's like this old friend from this old Marine, you know, military group that they once were, and he kind of shows them like here and there. Mary Winston in the movie was also very good, but her character was kind of just like there, I must kind of say. They kind of just like, well, it's kind of explained, like, you know, she's the one supposed to watch over, you know, like government surveilling Will Smith and everything, so she's like kind of like tagged along, basically. And this is like one of the problems I have with this movie, like, because the focus is so much on Will Smith and you have twice the amount of Will Smith in the movie, that the other characters doesn't feel like fleshed out. They kind of feel like sometimes thrown in out of nowhere. Like, for example, Cliff Owen's character, his backstory and his involvement in the movie. I wish that like the whole world and some of the more characters could have been more explained and fleshed out. Because the rest of the movie is fun, you know, the action is fun, the story is interesting, Will Smith, you know, being chased by him is everything good. As far as the whole world it's set up in, how, you know, how the government works, how this cloning facility works, everything, we never really get too much explanation of it. It's just like, yeah, they cloned, yeah, they're working on some super soldier or something like that. You know, they never explain like how it worked, or like, for example, like sometimes with this Will Smith backstory, or every time you hear Will Smith's just like, he's the best, you are the best, there'll never be someone like you are the best, you're the best. But it's like, okay, we know Will Smith is a badass in the movie, but like we never get like really a full fleshed out story on why. They just keep saying it, you know, but they don't show it much. And because it was very interesting to see, you know, they cloned him younger self and how the whole operation works and everything, and we never really truly get to see that. He has some impressive skills, but it still didn't, you know, it didn't convince me as well, like, oh my god, he's just amazing badass. It was like kind of like John Wick, for example. Like, if you watch John Wick, I believe that dude is the best of the best. Like, you don't mess with him. With Will Smith, I see he's a very good agent, you know, he's a very good badass, but like, I don't see, they never really, I think, presented him as like, you know, the coldest dude in the game, but you know, but they sell him in the movie like that. Other than just like a little bit more fleshed out world building, a little bit more fleshed out character work, I think would have been better. But other than that, the movie is really good. I had fun with the movie. The story was fun. The action was good. And Will Smith is great. I really had fun with this movie. I'm going to give this movie a 7 out of 10. Gemini, go see it. It's a fun movie. See Will Smith and see the younger Fresh Prince. I know they didn't do that, but I was waiting for a moment for the younger version, you know, the CGI version, just go, ew, West Philadelphia, born and raised on the playground where I spent most of my days. Chill out, back to relaxing and cool. That's like one thing what I keep hearing all the time, like, cause it's the Will Smith from Fresh Prince era. So like when I see him, all I think about is, hey, West Philadelphia, born and raised. Yeah, but thanks everybody for watching. As always, see you next time.